Hey friends, it's Corey from Hey Let's Make Stuff. I have been crafting for Christmas and I am making some gifts today, so I thought in today's video I would just bring you along on the process of engraving these beautiful serving boards. In the last few years, my family has realized just how much we love charcuterie, so we have been doing that a lot for the holidays. And so when Makerflow sent me these beautiful gift sets, I thought, you know what, this is absolutely the perfect gift for my parents. And Mom, if you're watching this, just don't pay attention, turn it off. So I am going to be engraving this serving set for her along with one for our family and some coasters. These are beautiful high quality serving sets and I think they would make really lovely gifts for hostesses or other people in your life who love to host parties and those sorts of things. I'll go through quickly what I've got here and then we will hop over to xTool Creative Space and set up our files to engrave them. To start, we have this smaller serving set. So we have 4 utensils here along with the board itself, which is made of marble and acacia. This set will run you about $17, which I think is really reasonably priced. They also have deals on buying in bulk, so if you want to make them for craft fairs or for your business, I think this is a really good deal. Then we have this larger serving set. Again, this is acacia wood and marble. It comes not only with these 4 serving utensils, but it has these little bowls with these cute little spoons, and the tray is inset here, so these sit nicely into the tray. This one's going to run you about $40, which is a little bit more expensive. However, they do have case discounts, so if you want to get more than 4, you can get them for $31 each. And then finally, we have this little coaster set. So we have the acacia wood and the marble. It's a set of 4 with this little marble base, so you can place all your coasters in there. And this is going to run you about $14. I will say I am a bit nervous because I don't have any extras of these. A lot of times I will have several things so I can practice, but with this one, I just have one of each. So we're going to give it a shot. I've done a lot of research online to try and figure out what settings might work best. I'm going to start with mine to see if I like it, and then I will work on my mom's. But overall, I think I've got settings that are going to work, and we're going to give it a shot. Here we are in xTool Creative Space, and I have my S1 connected as well as my new Safety Pro AP2, which is my filter. I am using my riser base and my honeycomb tray. I have that base plate on the 3rd level from the bottom. There are probably some different configurations here that you could use, but I think this is going to work. Now I'm adding our names to these boards, and I actually created the design in another program, but you could easily just use the text tool here. But instead I am uploading this PNG. I really like this font family here. It's called Heritage. I will go ahead and link to it in the description below. I like it more than some of the overly feminine fonts. I think it works with our style a little bit more. And we got married in 2013, which is why I put 2013 on there. And now to figure out where we need to place this on our canvas here, I'm going to walk over to my laser and add my serving board. I'm going to measure the engravable area on my cutting board so we can make a template. It's 11 by 3.5. So back here in Creative Space, I'm going to create a rectangle. Just draw a rectangle here, and I'm going to change my dimensions to match the dimensions of the engravable area. So we have 11 by 3.5. And then I have my laser head placed at the top corner of the engravable area, so I can drag my engravable template here to line up with that X. Now I can use that as a guide to figure out where I want this whole image to go on my cutting board. I think I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger, and I'm going to center it here, just like that. Now I can either delete this outer piece here, or I can just turn it off. So I'm going to turn off the output, and that basically ignores it. Then I can select my name here, and we can set our parameters. I'm going to set my power to 35, my speed to 200, and my lines per centimeter, we're going to bump that up to 160. It just occurred to me that I should probably mask this so I don't end up with a charring. So I'm going to walk over to my machine and just add a piece of masking over the engravable area, and that way I can ensure I have a very clean final project. Next, we need to auto measure our surface. This will tell us how far away the laser head is from our engraving surface. Now I'm going to click framing, and this is basically going to give us an outline of where our engraving image is going to go, and it helps us find out if there's anything really wrong with our project. If the framing all of a sudden is way over here off the cutting board, we know that there's an issue. So let's go ahead and click framing, and then I'll walk over to my machine and press the button, and we can see where our image is going to go. Okay, that looks good to me, so framing completed. Now we can go to process. It's going to give us some details about our processing path. If everything looks okay, click start. And now we are going to cross all of our fingers and all of our toes and hit that start button and see what we get. literally never seen this happen before where it's sort of engraved under the masking. I was so worried when I pulled that off that it wasn't going to be engraved, but it actually is. So I do have a couple baby wipes here because I do have some residue. Baby wipes are kind of my favorite way to clean wood that has been engraved. There are other things you can use as well, but baby wipes for me, they work pretty well. You just want to get it up. Basically, what happens is the heat from the laser actually caramelizes the sugars that are in the wood, and you get this sort of sticky residue sometimes. So I'm just going to clean this up. So overall, I'm pretty darn happy with this. I do have like a little bit here. I don't know if you guys can see it on the video, just in the A and the M where it didn't engrave fully, and I'm not really sure why. I don't know if there was a little piece in the wood that was just a little bit harder than the rest of the wood, but overall I am really pleased with how this engraved and how it turned out. So now I'm going to do that same process with this cutting board for my parents as well as these coasters for my family. I think I'm actually going to start with the coasters because I want to try it without the masking, and we'll see how those turn out. And if they look good without too much charring, I think I'll do that on this really, really nice one for my parents. All right, I finished engraving all of these last night and it was a little too late to finish my video. So I'm back today to tell you how all of these turned out. I love them. I love them so much. I ended up bumping up the settings just a little bit to see if I could get a slightly darker engrave, and it totally worked. So I ended up using a power of 50, a speed of 200, and a lines per centimeter of 160. And the results speak for themselves. These turned out so beautifully. The engraving is nice and deep, and I just love how it turned out. I mean, it's really, really beautiful. The coasters themselves, they turned out beautifully as well. I just love how these look. Oh my gosh, I really am kind of obsessed. For the cutting board, this is my original setting, and it looks pretty good, but not as good as I thought it could look. And because I could do both sides of this one, I ended up doing this darker setting here, and oh, it looks so good. I am thrilled with these blanks. They are really high quality, and they are going to make beautiful gifts this holiday season. I was also impressed with how quickly they engraved on my 40-watt diode laser. I think the coasters were maybe 5 minutes each, and I think the large cutting board was 17 minutes, which would be longer if you have a lower powered diode laser, but overall I thought that was a really reasonable amount of time to spend on a project like this. All right, that is my video on this engraved servingware from MakerFlow. I will go ahead and leave links to all of these products down in the description below. If you have any questions about what settings to use with your particular laser, let me know and maybe I can help. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, of course I would appreciate a like. Follow my channel for more laser content. I'll see you next time.